We finally got what we were looking for because a lot of artists, you might have loved being a lyricist and writing about the shit that you like to rap about. Mm-hmm. But all of us at some point felt like, I'm gonna have to rap about something more appealing for radio or for a club. That's when the art gets kind of like tainted because that just might not be your vibe. You know what I mean?
Fact. But you gotta know what you want.
Right.
What kind of
but now I can tell you something. I've never heard any Griselda artists on the radio.
They play them.
They're on the radio.
I've never heard them on the radio.
Well, they play them on Shady 45.
All day.
Because that was a shady artist. You know what I mean? But you're not going to hear them on
Hot 97,
but
Hot
you will.
105. You're not hearing
them. And that's crazy, though,
you might hear them niggas, though.
This is supposed to be New York radio. Why are we not playing New York artists? Like, let's keep it real.
Because they're not paying.
Like, let's keep it real.
In Atlanta, they pay. Them motherfuckers. You will hear artists from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. They roll out. You heard them Q from, what's the label? He said, QC. What he said, what it takes to make a hit record, 250,000. What do you think? I've heard that shit from years ago.
Yeah.
That's real.
To get a hit record playing, Drake knew this. Jay-Z knew this. They're like, this is what it's going to and that's why they keep killing them.
But how come when my man MF Doom was doing numbers
that's what I'm saying.
Independently,
that's what I'm trying to tell
a
you.
New York artist, back in the days when New York artists, it was hard to do numbers independently. He was doing like 150,000 independently.
Right.
And
let me ask you
nobody
this.
from New York was playing his records.
Let me ask you this.
We love MF Doom but how we find out about him really?
The internet.
And I'm sure why New York DJs wasn't playing them. How come you don't hear Rock Marcy on the radio?
Facts. You don't hear Smoke Dizzle on the radio neither.
All five
but
mics. I'm trying to explain.
For the radio.
Thank you. I'm trying to explain something. There's a new thing going on.
Yeah.
It's called, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The radio? No, for real. I'm trying to, it's a little brainwashing to us. It's a little brainwashing. It's okay. It's our whole life. The movies, everything, the radio. But in real life, no. It's some people that don't want to be there. And the crowd is happy. We're smoking at our concerts. We
still
everybody's fucking happy.
Like we got a hit record on the radio.
I got a song on the radio right now in North Carolina, and it's gonna do what it do. But that's my one little commercial record, and we still keeping it hood. It's still Jada Kiss, and it's still a hip hop, you know what I mean, thing to it. But at the end of the day, the radio, if it goes, it goes. If it don't make that be your rap career. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the cap to keep you in the fucking projects, never making your song. Cause like this ain't for radio, so I'm gonna just say fuck it until I give it 150,000. What are you talking about?
Got to make the radio catch up to you.
Right.
Thank you, because what if you hard enough that now they playing the gangster show? That's really being hot. That's really big. That's how white boy in Minnesota's go crazy now. The gangster rap. That's how it go.
I'm not gonna lie. 50 Cent.
He
messed a lot of people up. He messed a lot of people up.
What you mean?
When you started hearing like his gangster shit
on the radio, started winning with that shit.
Right.
DMX made a lot of people be like,
yeah, but you know why?
Remember DMX kind of took us.
DMX,
he's the king of it. He's the king of it.
But hold on, these are guys. Everything he does commercial. Like Lord Jamar, Smoke. These are exceptional niggas. This is not standard niggas. No. Math.
Get it.
When you comes to battle rap, how many dudes can say they can emulate Math Hoffa, the presence, the shit talking?
No one.
The history. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Put it out there.
You done had crazy moments on camera, real nigga moments on camera.
Viral
how many
moments.
niggas can do that? There's just levels to this shit. There's just certain dudes that when they come in, a bitch gonna be like, I'm gonna suck his dick. There's certain rappers that it's gonna make sense. He's that dude. This Lord Jamar, Smoke Dizzle. How many Smoke Dizzle niggas is out there trying to do? Go to Utah, be around white bitches, smoke weed that costs $500. That's not normal shit.
It's not.
You can't do that shit.
Right.
That's a fact.
So when you saying these names, DMX, a bald-headed nigga that's talking about blood barking like a dog, 100 niggas could have did that. It only works for DMX. Sadly. There's only a few niggas that's gonna come in and do this shit. We only got a few Hype Williams. That's in my perspective.
Now, I agree with you.
Yeah.
However, now I feel like there's a formula.
Okay.
There's a formula being projected to the masses. There was a space where niggas stopped selling crack. Niggas wasn't thinking about selling dope. J. Cole and Kendrick started to emerge. And as black people started to climb higher, in came Chief Keef.
Absolutely.
You know why that is? I do interviews.
Right.
Y'all just started coming a little bit after. And I'm gonna tell you, it's the same reason academics blew up. Chicago at that time was a cheat code to get mad hits.
Right. Now I don't want people to get it misconstrued. Chief Keef was doing
numbers.
He's the innovator of that shit.
was here.
Yeah.
However, it became a formula
Because
for other artists.
let me tell you real shit.
And now everybody is throwing up the gang signs. They gang, they going at the ops, and now it's traveled to New York.
Yeah.
And you see the effects where the murder rate is climbing out here. When probably like 5 years ago, you didn't believe it was ever gonna get back to that. So this formula, I feel like it's a dangerous formula, and it's being perpetuated by.
But guess what it does? Like, I had a meeting with Esso before we knew each other. I interviewed, who's this guy's name? I forgot the guy from Chicago. Literally, I walked into the meeting, the interview was at 12,000 views. By the time we was at our third drinks, from Chicago was at 250,000.
Why?
Because Chicago at that time, whatever it was, whatever Chicago artist was coming out was doing numbers. And that's when academics yanked it and he did the war in Chiraq. He wasn't, and then it just blew up and then he flipped it.
Right.
Chicago was a cheat code. I just was doing Chicago interviews because you was gonna get 300,000. So if numbers are successful and Chief Keef is running around with 50 Cent as people of, we're only gonna follow success because now the new generation don't care about biting. Back then, you couldn't sound like Lord Jamar. You get fucked up. Or a bitch would be like, you sound like Lord Jamar. I ain't gonna give you no pussy. Now we got designer sound like Future. I'ma suck your dick. You smoke the same weed as Smoke Dizza. I'ma give you the pussy.
What is that? How did we get away from not just the message?
Yeah.
It's our fault.
But
It's our fault.
But
It's
originality.
our OGs, some of our OGs, some of us.
Thank you.
I mean, people like what they like. You know what I mean? Like, some of these niggas, they might start off sounding like somebody, but then turn into themselves.
Right.
So sometimes you gotta, we all copied off of somebody.
Right.
Thank you.
Everybody starts with a flow that's like training wheels.
Starts with that.
Right,
You know
but
what I
we
mean?
kind of knew that by the time it was time for you to come out, you better fucking
sound
find
like
it.
you better find your voice.
Because I didn't come out sounding like who the fuck I was copying in the beginning.
Right.
We all knew that type
Right.
of shit. I don't care. Like, I used to imitate mad rappers. That's how I started rapping. Like, I was able to imitate different rappers and just do their flow and their breath and all of that type of shit.
I feel like if you
and
ill,
that helps to
That's how you
teach
learn
you.
the cadence.
Yeah, bro.
Now,
if you nice.
but that's something that I feel like came with experience. These young boys, they're not only copying styles, they're copying lifestyles. As an OG, did you find it necessary to kind of like see the younger rappers coming up and pull them to the side like, yo, let me put you on. This is how this game go. Don't fall for this, don't fall for this, don't fall for this. Don't go that way. Because I feel like at some point, there was a disconnect.
Right.
And we don't have that. Was there anybody that you found and was like, yo, don't do this?
Yes, I mean, you know, because I came from that era. Like, that's what niggas would do from my era. They would pull your coat when they seen some shit, and they would try to put you under your wing. They might see you and be like, you know what, that's a little live nigga right there. I'm gonna put him under my wing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And depending on who puts you under their wing, that could be a good thing. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
like a smart nigga giving you his game. So yeah, like shit, I had Dead Prez. Like that was my group. Like, you know what I mean? That was my little niggas that I was like, yo.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Y'all some talented motherfuckers. Come here, let me put y'all in the wing. Let me show y'all how to do this shit. 16 bars and all that. They was rhyming like 48 bars, all kind of crazy shit. Help polish their shit up. And here, you know.
Do you feel like it's everyone who's had some sort of success in hip hop, it's their responsibility, being that our music affects our actual lives and culture? It alters things drastically. That you think that it's the OG's responsibility to kind of like check the younger generation or at least look out for them or put them on the game?
I mean, it's each one teach one. You know what I mean? Because there's things that the younger generation could teach the older generation as well. Like we can't always feel like just because we the older generation, we got everything to teach you and you gotta just shut up and listen to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a reciprocal relationship. But there has to be that connection there. Like the youth gotta be ready to accept, you know what I mean? And respect when an OG is trying to give them some game. They have to be groomed to not be disrespectful to that and be like, man, fuck you, old head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't listening to what the fuck you got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause you got little niggas with that type of attitude. Like,
Where did that come from?
No, but I had that attitude. I was lonely.
You want to know what it is?
With the lames. It's official.
Think about Lord Jamar coming up to Bobby Shmurda before he went to jail. And Bobby's already making millions. In his mind, he's like, I already did what none of you niggas did. I figured out the game. We can't be ignorant to how we thought when we was young. You and I came up together super young. Who could have told this shit when we was coming up?
Nah, there was some people that I
Man,
definitely
that's why I
respect.
said it's official.
But there was certain dudes, but they wasn't coming to us.
Right.
Unless Lord Jamar could have came, but we wasn't around that immediately right away. We was like, we figured this shit out. Smoke and I came up at the same time. I remember. It's like, who's telling us shit? We figured this shit out. That's the audacity of us as young black men.
right, because it's a false premise. See, the false
I
premise
agree.
is that if you get money, that makes you smart somehow.
Real shit.
There's plenty of dumb niggas with money. like having money does not make you smart. Like it doesn't give you wisdom. You know what I mean? It doesn't give you understanding.
Right.
Like it just means you got money to spend on some bullshit. Like, but a lot of people think that it makes them smart. So now they're like, why should I listen to you? I got more money than you. As if that money equates to life experience and all that type of shit. Like, bro, you don't even understand. Like,
That shit could be gone.
right, and you
Bro,
don't know
I'm about
what
to tell
kind of
you,
money this nigga might have had in the past, and he's trying to put you on. Nigga, I had way more money than you, and then I fucked it up. If you just listen to me, I'm trying to show you how to not lose
Think
your
about
shit,
it.
what you got now.
Kanye blew 54 million. He was 54 million in the hole, and Kim Kardashian gave that to him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You know what? Let's say that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's a real shit.
Well, statistically, with all the people that are, like, if you listen to people that have money, people make it seem like they just, put the plan down. No, man. They all damn near lucky to get it. So that's why it's so poof out the fucking window if you're not ready. That's how it comes in. You understand? I don't give a fuck, even if you're a talented basketball player, it's still one in a gazillion you get picked, they call your name, and you get the $20 million. So at the end of the day, it's all a roll of the dice. You feel what I'm trying to say? Unless you just blueprinted out or whatever, or trapped it from the block.
But I feel like the direction that the youth are going in, it wouldn't be happening if there wasn't a disconnect between
Well, we
them
need platforms like
and
you,
the
like
OGs.
you're doing. You see this type of platform? I hate to say it if you don't, if we don't know, like, yeah, we niggas uncles and dads around here on the internet now.
No, I'm proud of that.
Look, you see what I'm saying? So
I made it. My mom made it.
They tuned in. They tuned in. I want to see what the OGs got to say. So it's there was a time period. That's why I love the internet so much. He's like, yo, there's a time period. No, there is no platform. We have to wait till TV and the radio tells us. Now OGs, but now I'm loading up my camera and I'm talking. See, so it's a whole different. We can actually do that. So we need to do more.
It's Hoffa, trapper turned smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.